What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Brethren, the cult featured in the Silent Hill film. For more information on this group, make sure to check out my channel. The Brethren is a name given to a fanatical religious sect in the Silent Hill film and its novelization. The cult is based around the witch hunts of various past cultures and is led by the imposing Christabella. Its roots are found in the town of Silent Hill, West Virginia. The cult believed that its role was to seek out those who could be deemed witches and burn them alive in order to cleanse the world of sin and evil. The Brethren were also the founders of the town of Silent Hill, which is why most, if not all, of the town's buildings carry the cult's symbol, a sign of the townspeople's devotion to their religion. Because the cult was so powerful during the town's heyday, they were able to get away with actions that were either reprehensible or illegal, such as abusing a young child and hanging a painting of a woman being tortured in the local hotel. The Brethren are directly connected to the current abandoned state of Silent Hill. They were the ones responsible for setting the blaze that ate into the coal mines beneath the town, setting the entire town on fire and leading to its permanent evacuation. The Brethren had a grim view of the world and saw most of humanity as nothing but sinful and deserving of damnation. This belief system led them to take extreme measures in dealing with what they perceived as evil. The cult was also incredibly zealous and fanatical, willing to sacrifice anything and anyone in their pursuit of what they believed to be a greater good. This zeal was evident in their public rituals, which involved chanting, dancing, and animal sacrifice. These rituals were not only intended to appease their gods, but also to intimidate and control the general population. The Brethren were also deeply superstitious and believed that certain objects and symbols held great power. They used these symbols in their daily lives to ward off evil spirits and protect themselves from harm. Some of these symbols can be seen carved into various parts of the town, while others are displayed prominently in their places of worship. Despite their seemingly backward beliefs and practices, the Brethren were highly organized and disciplined. They operated like a well-oiled machine, with each member knowing their role and carrying out their tasks with precision. This level of organization allowed them to maintain control over the town and its inhabitants for many years. The leaders of the Brethren were charismatic and manipulative, able to convince their followers that their beliefs were true and just. They used fear, intimidation, and violence to maintain control and punish those who disobeyed or questioned their authority. Overall, the Brethren were a complex and enigmatic group. Their beliefs and practices may have been extreme and disturbing, but they offer a fascinating glimpse into the depths of human fanaticism and the lengths to which people will go in the name of religion. The cult appears to worship a female goddess, whose picture is seen in both Midwich Elementary School and Dahlia Gillespie's apartment. They seem to have mainly Catholic leanings. However, it has been stated by the creators that the cult is not related to any one religion. To that end, their symbol is a mixture of icons from different religions. In the film, the cult takes in and abuses a young girl named Sharon, whom they believe to be a witch because of her ability to predict the future via visions. When Sharon begins to grow older, she becomes harder to control and eventually runs away from home to escape the cult's clutches. When she returns to Silent Hill, she inadvertently causes the town to sink into the depths of hell, allowing the cult to come into even more power. The Brethren are directly responsible for the creation of the alternate reality known as the Otherworld. The cult was actually responsible for committing a number of atrocities in the town, including the ritualistic abuse of a young girl named Sharon, who they believed to be a witch. When Sharon grew older and began to exhibit signs of resistance against the cult, they decided to take drastic measures and sacrificed her in an attempt to appease their deity and ensure their continued prosperity. However, unbeknownst to them, Sharon was not a witch, but rather a conduit to a powerful, otherworldly realm, and her sacrifice caused the town to descend into chaos, giving rise to a nightmarish alternate dimension filled with terrifying creatures and demonic forces. It should also be mentioned that the Brethren are ultimately responsible for the downfall of Silent Hill itself. As their influence over the town grew, they began to exploit and abuse the resources of Silent Hill for their own gain, leading to the eventual decline and abandonment of the town. As the film progresses, it is revealed that the cult's leader, Christabella, has been manipulating her followers into believing that the end of the world has come. She uses their fear and desperation to maintain control over them, claiming that she is the only one who can save them from the apocalypse they have unleashed. In reality, Christabella is the one who orchestrated the events that transpired in Silent Hill, using her followers as pawns in her own twisted game. After the cult members are dragged into the fog world and otherworld, an alternate reality created by the rage of a child they had tortured, Alessa Gillespie, they refuse to believe that they are responsible for their own damnation. To that end, Christabella misleads them, telling them that the apocalypse has occurred and that they were the only ones pure enough to survive the devil's wrath. The Brethren believe that their prayers hold back the darkness, when in reality, the coming and going of the otherworld is in no way affected by their beliefs. In the otherworld, the cult has their own brute force of men, who are used as guards to Christabella. They wear miners' outfits, complete with full bodysuits, helmets, and goggles, and they are armed with metal poles to protect them from the monsters. They show a sense of teamwork when they leave the church and enter the alternate reality together. They wear their church uniforms under their gear and often carry bulky flashlights. A group can even be seen carrying a canary in a cage, used to detect shifts in realities. This is an allusion to the historical use of canaries in mine shafts to detect pockets of poisonous gases. The outfits are used to protection from the otherworld and its inhabitants, though it does not do much good, as several Order soldiers are killed by creepers that eat through their gear. Sybil Bennett enters a melee fight with a group of them to help Rose da Silva escape and appears to kill one with ease. These members of the church do not appear to be very adept at melee combat, as they are initially overwhelmed by Sybil's attacks. Several corpses of cult members are seen in the otherworld, including one whose entrails have been torn out and spread about on the ground near him. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the Brethren? Which member was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to stay up to date on all things Silent Hill. I'll see you next time.